when you have more members now saying, look, we need to reconvene. Well, we are seeing that play out at the National Assembly. Even though the National Assembly is on recess now, it can still reconvene. But the point I'm making is that there should be rules that made and complied with. If there are no rules, the war does not end. What you now do is for the stakeholders to come together and find a way to move the business of governance forward. Now it doesn't get to a position where when you know that in the first place, generally there's been a political move that the speaker is removed. That too is there. And then you now talk about the order. In that case, why will such speaker now proceed to now reconvene a house? I don't think I agree with that.
Okay, let's just say, without considering whichever way, let's just say now he's convened the house, and they sat. According to the report, 8 people, but they are saying there are about 10. Are they in order to go ahead to begin to want to impeach them?
That's the point I've made. If they say there are 10, and that 10, legally speaking, it will be -1. Because
okay, so that's 9.
That's 9. The little mathematics is
because of the speaker.
The speaker has been restrained by court. And whatever the court say is a law until that is set aside. That is where we must begin and continue from in this country.
So the process of impeaching a governor,
yes,
10 people or a third is supposed to sign that document. So in this case now, they have even failed in getting it a 10.
No, you are listening to the man speaking, one of the members of the House who was speaking for the group.
Yeah.
He is saying that they have not even got the signatures. That they will get that some people are in this place or that place, and then they will get the signature. They will get a futuristic thing.
So by
and
law,
you were asking clear questions.
So by law, it is criminal for them to proceed.
No, I'm not. That's not the area I'm looking at. It is open to different interpretations. What I'm saying that in a situation where a court had made an order, aside from the political decisions of that house, that the speaker should not be there, that speaker cannot proceed to preside constitutionally over any proceeding, not even about the governor.
So if, assuming he was the one who presided, as is widely reported, it means that it will invalidate whatever position or whatever thing they had there.
There is no proceeding.
Wow.
Because it is lis pendens. They are time-honored positions of the law. When we begin, aside whether it is Benue or any state, when we live in a situation where we say the court decisions are not important, then we are inviting anarchy and all kinds of violence and problems. Whether you like, there's no decision of court that the two parties is likely going to like or accept. One party may be winner, the other. That is our adversarial system of governance, of jurisprudence. And that's why you see ADR now, the alternative dispute resolution, being promoted so that there will be a win-win situation. In the court, there's no win-win situation. It is adversarial. You win or you lose.
This one is going to be very tricky if the ADR. Because
no, I'm not talking about bringing ADR in. I'm just saying, so you understand why you now hear so much about ADR. Now, the point I'm making is that by the principles of law that are clear in this country, once there is a court action, each party must respect that court action. Anything you do contrary to that or that will prevent that court action will be set aside.
But the Houses of Assembly also have their standing rules. So how do we tally that with what we have as standing as the
your internal standing rules remains with you. Nobody should go there and disrupt your internal rules. But when those rules are taken to the public place, to the court, constitutionally speaking,
It steps down.
Section 6 now says it is to the court to determine. And whatever the court say is the law as at that time until that is changed. And I give you an example. It is the courts that in this country have made us to have staggered elections. The courts look at the constitution and say, no, listen, 4 years will be from this time to this time. And then we are no longer talking about rules. We are talking about this is what the constitution says as interpreted by the courts. So we must get to, even as we go to 2019 and beyond, I urge everyone in this country to respect the decisions of the courts. And then on the courts to realize that they have a burden to make decisions that are not political, that are founded on solid law and the best interest of this country. When those two are going on, this country will be sane.
You know, if I could digress a bit, but it's still in the same vein of this, because yesterday we had a lot of some of these cases. Imo, for instance, they also said that there was a matter in court, but the House went ahead and impeached the deputy governor. So what happens in that particular case if the court eventually decides?
Well, I wouldn't know what was in court. If what was in court is challenging the process of impeachment to the extent that the Supreme Court weighed in Inakojo and Adeleke,